Hey kids, it's Angus here. Despite us not being at St. James, it's great to be able to talk to you and teach to you guys again. I hope school is going well for you during this lockdown at home, and I'm hoping that you're still able to catch up with your friends that way and see your teachers again. Now, you may have heard of the Olympic Games. The Olympic Games is usually held every 4 years, but unfortunately, during the coronavirus lockdown we have here, the Games have been postponed until next year. So what I thought we could do as a little sporting event, we could hold our own little lounge room Olympics where you could use everyday household items at home and practice your own miniature Olympic game event. So let's take a look at some of the things that maybe we could use. There are plenty of racket sports for you to try. Maybe see how many volleys you can get in the air. Chucky, go long. She's not coming back with that ball. The Lounge Room Olympics don't have to be restricted to just you. You can even use your pets. Chucky, sit. Shake. Good girl. High five. Yeah. That's a good girl. Here you go. You can even try your gymnastics. Larry, remain perfectly still and don't do anything. I think he moved a little. Points deducted. You can practice your marksmanship. Maybe you can get a bullseye. Jay? Shake? Not you, Chalk. High five? Do nothing? Oh, good cat. Here you go. Alright. You can have it instead. Balls are very common in lots of sport games. You can make your own version of indoor soccer, volleyball, or hockey, or even invent your own sport entirely. Oh! Better luck next time, Pikachu. Maybe keep your guard up next time. There you go, guys. Those are the Lounge Room Olympic sports. So maybe you can find something in your household to create something similar, or you can even create your own game entirely of your own design. So what you want to do now is get your mum and dad to film you performing a said Olympic game sport at home, and then you want to send it towards Helena, and Helena will award a certain winner a very special Olympic prize. So be sure to get your mum and dad to film you doing something special, and then send it towards Helena, and then we can decide where a winner is. Thanks again, kids. Hope to see you soon, and have fun at homeschool. See you later.
Study at home because I can study with my mommy, because sometimes it's a little bit trickier because my baby sister sometimes make noises and it's a little bit hard to learn how to write.
What I like about online learning is everything is easy to access. And what I dislike about online learning is that you don't get to see your friends.
Hi, my name is Grace Lee. And one thing I like about learning at home is that you won't be disturbed when you're doing something and that you're home. One thing I don't like about learning at home is I can't see my friends. I'm lonely.
What I like about online learning is that you get to be in the comfort of your own home and in your own clothes. What I dislike about online learning is that there's no teacher there all the time to help you with anything you're stuck with.
Well, good morning, boys and girls. I hope you enjoyed hearing a bit about how other people are experiencing learning from home. And I hope you also enjoyed watching Angus's Lounge Room Olympics. Maybe it gave you some ideas of how you could create some activities at home and maybe even win the prize of those amazing looking Olympic donuts. You know, thinking about the Olympics reminded me of a really amazing moment many years ago. And that was when a man called Antonio Rebollo, who was an archer, shot a flaming arrow into the cauldron to light the Olympic cauldron. It was really incredible. He only had one shot really to do it. It wouldn't have been very impressive if he missed. And it just made me think about the fact that in the Bible, when we think about sin, one of the ways that we can think about sin, one of the ways that the Bible talks about sin is of missing the mark, of not quite getting there, of getting it wrong. But when we think about missing the mark, it's worth asking, well, what is the target? And in fact, somebody once asked Jesus, what is the target? How do I get the target right? The way he asked it was, what must I do to inherit eternal life? And Jesus said to him, you need to love the Lord your God with all your heart, and you need to love your neighbour as yourself. In other words, love is the target. And that means that sin is really about being unloving. It's about not loving God and not loving others. The problem is, though, we've only really got one life to shoot with, and none of us get it right. Jesus is the only one who ever loved perfectly and hit the target. But even though we don't get it right, it's all not over. And there's some good news. Because when we learn to follow Jesus and when we meet Jesus, something really amazing happens. We can start to learn to love others. And today's story is about a man called Zacchaeus. Zacchaeus was a very unloving person. He wasn't very popular with the people that in his community. That's because he was a tax collector. His job was to collect money for the taxes for the Roman government. The problem, though, with Zacchaeus was that he took more than he should have so that he had some to keep for himself. So people didn't like him very much. When he met Jesus, everything changed. And this story is a way of helping us understand how people change when they meet Jesus. I hope that you enjoy it. Well done to Lachie and Viv for doing such an amazing job, and for their brother Alex who helped them as well. I'll see you guys next week. Bye.
This movie is about Zacchaeus, the tax collector, and his encounter with Jesus. From Luke chapter 19. Jesus entered and passed through Jericho. Zacchaeus, who was a wealthy chief tax collector that everyone hated, was too short to see above everyone's head. So he climbed a sycamore tree to get a better look at Jesus. Now he was in the tree, he could see a clear view of Jesus. Jesus saw Zacchaeus and said,
Zacchaeus, come down from that tree. Today I will stay at your house.
The crowd was surprised and shocked. The teacher's going to stay at a home of a sinner? The idea that Jesus was staying in a house of a tax collector angered many in the crowd.
The old Zacchaeus is stolen from us.
Zacchaeus heard their concerns and turned to Jesus and spoke.
Lord, I'll give half my goods to the poor. If I stole from anyone, I'll pay back 4 times.
Today salvation has come to you, for the Son of Man has come to seek and save that which was lost.